that are begging to be told. All right, we just have our storyteller Haley in the studio for this segment, Busan Tales. Hello.
Hello. I don't get a cool voice, but thank you for having me, you guys.
It's very wonderful that you're here for our Busan Tales segment. In Korean, we call this 꼬.꼬.부,
which stands for 꼬리에 꼬리를 무는 부산.
그런 뜻이었군요.
Busan's filled with tales. Those are T-A-L-E-S's.
네.
That just kind of tail on, with their T-A-I-L-S's.
I play on words.
Yeah. I like a good pun. I like a
네.
good pun. So I bring gripping tales from Busan. I guess you can call me the storyteller or Busan tattletale. I mean, I do quite a bit of tattletale, or did in my past. I was a little 고자질쟁이. And
막 맨날 읽고.
yeah,
막...
데이비스 그랬어요. It's all his fault.
I
Always
didn't do
his fault.
anything.
Oh my God.
goodness.
Look at this face. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, look at that face. Anyway, so Busan's filled with urban legends, myths, horror stories, superstitions galore. And listeners, hold on to your seats because you're going to be on edge. By the way, little sidebar. I was preparing for this segment on Friday night, like nighttime.
네.
I had to stop.
왜요?
I
너무
creeped myself.
무서워서요?
너무 무서운 거예요.
You got chills writing it?
I got chills. 진짜 소름이 너무 돋는 거예요. So I was like, I'm gonna finish this up tomorrow.
Nice. 저 너무 기대되는데요. I like thriller. I like suspense. I like horror movies and stories. So I'm really looking forward to this. So what stories? Well, I guess we'll have to find out, right? What's our first story?
Out because we have a little reenactment for you. Let's dive in.
I'm telling you, we're lost. We should have asked for directions like an hour ago.
Oh my God, and I'm telling you, we're fine. I've been on this trail thousands of times. I can find my way with my eyes closed.
Your eyes may as well be closed. It's getting dark.
My God, rude. We're fine. Hey, yeah, did you hear that? People, see? It sounds like they're saying, hey, Haley. Haley, that's weird. But it's people, whatever.
What are you talking about? I don't hear anything. Oh, gross. You're shedding all over my jacket. Weird. This hair is white. Is this your hair?
Dude, I'm like 21. My hair's pitch black. It's raven black. What are you talking about?
Wait a minute. I do hear something. No, it's saying David. Wait. Now it's a scream. What's going on? Yeah.
Chills.
What was that?
Well, what was it?
What was this thing calling our names?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, children gather around. Well, for decades, people on Mount Changsan, in Haeundae, and other mountains around Busan, they've reported seeing something mysterious. It's a creature.
Oh.
Is it a tiger? Is it a person, a ghost, a ghoul? And to tell you that I'm not kidding, this is an excerpt from an actual newspaper, 동아일보, from May 10th, 1992. There have been multiple tiger sightings amongst residents around Changsan.
Wow.
4 men were passing by the forest in the mountain at nighttime and spotted one tiger about 2 meters in length with 2 cubs. This is odd, as tigers have been considered extinct in South Korea, especially so far down south. An armed police went searching in the area. They didn't spot any tigers, but they did find remnants, patches of animal hair, bones, and paw prints.
Oh.
But despite this, residents still say they're seeing tigers in the area.
Wow.
So, people, though, aren't sure if it's a full-out tiger, and they point to a mythical creature called 장산범, or literally the Changsan tiger.
Wow, that sounds freaky. Because there's no way maybe tigers exist, but they see it and hear it.
Yeah.
So what is this Changsan tiger? What does it look like?
Well, our producer has compiled a photograph because we do live in the generation of artificial intelligence and some ghouls too. So I do have to warn you, if you're watching with children, if you are kind of, if you're jumpy, be careful because it will make you jump. But keep in mind that this is AI generated. Well, let's look at the rendering.
My goodness, if you are tuning in live right now on our YouTube, we have a picture of what a 장산범 could look like, a 장산 tiger.
According to AI. Well, and
That looks
this
freaky.
because there have been multiple accounts, and that's what's freaky, across decades from all sorts of people, but they all point to this general description. This creature is covered in long, white, silvery hair. The glimmer from the hair catches people's eyes. It captivates them, and it traps people into this trance. But some people swear they saw sharp horns on its head.
Oh, wow.
But it's the eyes. This is what paralyzes people, what hypnotizes them, and it's etched into their memories. It has an eerie, bright sheen, and even before you see it, you can sense it.
Oh,
Because when the 장산범 approaches, cats and dogs get agitated. They start barking. But birds and insects, they fall silent. And there's a slight breeze with an eerie calm. Shh. Can you hear it? Haley. Ah.
Hear what, Haley?
Well.
Come on. Stop joking around.
Stop joking around. You're creeping me out.
Yeah.
Well, what terrifies them is that it's a mimic.
Oh.
It can follow. So according to folklore, it says it can imitate voices. So it lures people because, well, let's say you and I are friends in that story, because we're totally not in real life. So it calls me with your voice. So I think, well, is he in trouble? And we have another photo up. And I go and boom, that's
Wow.
what I see, as you can see on our YouTube streaming.
Oh, my.
I mean, can you imagine?
Wow. Can you imagine facing that in real life?
Yeah,
no,
I mean, that
cannot
only
imagine.
looks a little bit like David. So can you imagine my horror when I go to help David out of a ditch because he's such a klutz, and then boom.
No. No, I don't want to imagine that. But I guess when we were kind of, trying to scare people and the listeners, this voice that we hear, it wouldn't be like, Haley, like a scary ghost voice. It would be more like,
it would be like,
Haley.
David.
And then pounce.
Exactly. And then you're like, oh, wait, David, what are you doing behind the trees? Oh, I just saw you minutes ago. And yeah.
I'm getting creeps right now.
Chills, right? I mean,
yes.
because the thing is, you're a hiker, right? And have you been to the mountains, before the sunrise in the dark?
Yeah.
It gets creepy.
It does. So I guess there were people who've seen this 장산범 in real life?
Right. So, take all of this with a grain of salt. I don't want to creep you out too much because me Friday night was a mess. But this is according to an online post from June of 2009. This person says, so this happened to me 10 years ago. I was a student in middle school and I followed my father to Changsan for a hike. So it was early morning, so the air was kind of dim, not too much sunlight. And I spotted this person wearing all white.
Wow.
He rushed past me, kind of bumped me on the shoulder. Well, rude, I thought. But weird. My father, he said he didn't see anything. So he kept going up. But I felt like someone was looking at me. Sometimes you can tell when someone's looking at you. You can feel it. So I felt that, and I turned, and there he was again. But it was he was wearing that creeped me out. He had this white, furry robe, and he was looking at me from behind a boulder. Once again, weird. It's the middle of summer. Why is he dressed so warm? And then he pounced. He launched at me on all fours. His face was distorted.
My goodness.
It was like he didn't have any eyes, nose, or mouth. I closed my eyes in horror, but nothing happened.
It was a Chewbacca.
When I opened them, he was gone.
Sorry.
It's a Yeti.
Oh, it's a Yeti.
Yeah, it's a Yeti.
Sorry to ruin the vibe here.
Definitely closer to Nepal. Man.
Man, that would be scary though if
It would
something
be.
happened to you like that.
It definitely would be.
Yeah. So this isn't real.
I don't know. David, watch your back when you go home because, something might pounce. Something might.
I usually, when I hike, I put on my earphones, so I don't really hear anything.
Oh, should you though? I heard, keep your ear holes open. That's the safe way to go. Yeah.
Some of the these Bluetooth earphones, they have the transparency mode.
That's
so you can
true.
hear your surroundings.
That's true.
But you can also hear the music at the same time. So I have that on.
All right. I'll buy it. Well, all right. Yes, there is no scientific evidence. Ghosts aren't real, or are they? I'm going to prove it to you over the course of the season. But the creature was first recorded in folklore. So Tales by Busan Tales in 1984. Also take the location into consideration because it's Changsan Pom. Changsan, it was home to the ROK Army Infantry Division 53 since, until recently.
Yeah.
So it was very heavily armored. And by the way, most importantly, landmines were buried all over the place.
Yeah.
So if there's a tiger pouncing around, a tiger human pouncing around, it would have set something off. I don't
For
know, military
sure.
radar, guards, mines.
Yeah.
So, by the way, it wasn't until 1998 that the area was cleared and allowed for civilian entry, thus the hikers. So, this lack of access, though, the mystique, it's kind of why people thought maybe there's a mythical creature that lives there because we can't go in. And mystery always leads to, this kind of attraction, this appeal. Right?
Oh, I guess so.
Well, I don't know.
As long as it's not deadly.
Oh, that's true.
Yes.
That's true.
As
yeah.
long as there's no missing hikers or, things
exactly.
of negative.
Well, but
bad
that's
news.
the thing, though. People get hurt on mountains all the time because they're not wearing the proper footwear. People attack other people. So it's just
do?
kind of, I mean, David, come on. Ghosts aren't scary. People are
Yeah.
scary. Right. So, and then the thing is, it is a mountain. It's the wilderness. It could have been an actual animal. There's that possibility because tigers did live on the Korean Peninsula and they did live in Changsan, the mountain.
Yeah.
And then in nearby Taesongdong in Haeundae, there's a valley called Bomjeonggol where the Bom literally means tiger. So it was known that a tiger way back when did come down to the area every night.
Wow.
Well, and then by the way, according to that 동아일보 article, there was a tiger sighting or multiple reported in 1992. So the police didn't find any. Maybe it was the Yeti. Maybe it was Chewbacca. Who knows? Who knows?
Yeah.
And final possibility could have been a bear. The Asiatic brown bear, the 반달곰. Well, they're cute, but then they can stand on their hind legs and stand
Yes.
up like a human.
Right.
And by the way, guess what the 반달곰s have on their chest?
White mark?
Exactly, patch of white, silvery hair. So
that
maybe-
makes sense.
Perhaps.
Maybe it had a little more white hair than usual.
Maybe it did. Maybe it was
special
growing
white
old.
edition.
I mean, I do have little, we all do. We all have, yeah.
I gotta get my hair dyed.
Yes, so myth busted, mystique continues.
Wow.
Listeners, you be the judge.
This was a fantastic story. 꼬.꼬.부 are starting with a very horrific story opening. Are all your openings going to be kind of like this, like scary, 무서운 tale?
Well, you know what? I'm not going to spoil anything
Okay.
because I don't know. We'll see where the tale, and
Yes.
that would be TAILS, takes us.
Yes,
Yeah.
awesome. Well, we've had lots of people loving it so far.
Love it.
Dennis Nim texting in, cool ghost story, Haley. We're enjoying the new show. Awesome
Thank you.
stuff.
Thank you.
All
I'm
right.
not going to be able to sleep tonight, but I love that you love it.
I
can
love
sacrifice
it so much.
sleep.
Yes. Okay. Thank you once again for coming in, and we'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. That was Haley with us for Busan Tales.